Hey Emily, it's Miguel again. How are you doing? Um, I just got out of that meeting or that group with at the Applebee's restaurant, the neighborhood grill, bar and grill. Turns out there were three people there who were watching the televisions, looking at the primaries, and I stuck around for about an hour and a half. And we talked about politics. And that was pretty neat. It's funny enough. Two of the people there were some of my closest friends. One is Rosemary Holmes, and the other is Connie. And it's pretty funny to see them there. Anyway, it was so I had a really nice discussion with three ladies that happened to be there about politics and about who was winning the primary. Turned out. Um, let's see, Hillary Clinton won a lot of states, and Donald Trump, I think he won all five primaries. So, very interesting stuff. Now, it's 10 minutes till 7 o'clock right now, and so I had to leave, and now I'm in another parking lot. I'm here at the Chamber of Commerce building here in Lompoc. On I Street and Ocean. In fact, if you look over there, there's the Chamber of Commerce building right over there. You can see the mural, the green mural. You might ask yourself, why am I here? I alluded to it earlier, and that is I have the Great Books Book Club that I'm part of. And basically it's a group of, 5 to 7 people, sometimes more than that, I suppose. There's a lot of people who are members in name only. I haven't seen them. But the Great Books Book Club, we get together and we talk about short stories and poetry and authors. And in fact, we're going through this book right now. This book's called, the title is Politics, Leadership, and Justice. Politics, Leadership, and Justice. And this is part of the Great Books Foundation series, and we're reading a section in it. It's a fictional work called Sorrowacre. Now, Sorrowacre was written by Isaac Denison, I-S-A-C space Denison, which is D-I-N-E-S-E-N. You can look that up on Wikipedia, I suppose. She was a writer, a female writer. This is actually, Isaac Denison is a pseudonym. Her real name was Karen Denison. And Karen lived in Denmark, in a suburb near Copenhagen. I think Rungstep, Copenhagen, Rungstep, Denmark. And she lived there, she lived there, I guess, at the beginning of, the 20th century. Anyway, Sorrowacre is the story that we're reading, that we read last month, and I read it, and it's pretty interesting. I like this book club. I go to the book club every month. It's held, the third Tuesday of the month in the evening. And it's a really great group of people who get together and we talk about books and literature and writing. Anyway, I don't know if you've ever heard of the movie called Out of Africa. It was very popular. I forget when it was published, but it's based on a book written by Isaac. She wrote a book called Out of Africa back in 1930, and it was later adapted to a movie. And this is a story about her. It was almost an autobiographical story. It was about Out of Africa is about a woman who, I guess, grew up in Denmark and then left to Africa, to Kenya, in fact, to grow coffee at a plantation with her husband. Later on, she ended up divorcing her husband, and she had some problems with the coffee. Coffee prices went down, and she couldn't make a profit, so she went broke. And then she also got sick, and she had to return to Denmark. And So that's what the story out of Africa is all about. Her experiences as a young woman and an older woman in Africa. And anyway, now Sorrowaker is a story I read. It's not about Africa at all. It's about Denmark. Denmark way back in sort of like the turn of the 18th century. Hey, there's one of my friends. And it's about a time period when in Denmark serfdom existed. And anyway, maybe I'll talk to you about it in my videos. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. It's time to go to my book club, and talk to you later. Bye-bye.